Delta Green Impossible Landscape, session 16. Last we left off with our agents, Maya and Mignon, or Jerry Gladstone, if you will, had awaken. I think I had this problem before, conjugating this verb. They woke up in their respected like abodes, their apartment. Maya woke up in her apartment. Jerry Gladstone woke up in his hotel room from whatever occurred at the Dorchester House. It seemed like a relatively early morning wake up before noon. They had all of their possessions, and so did Mantillo. Although Mantillo wasn't present for the last session, Mantillo also woke up in her respected house, apartment, room.
Respective.
Yeah. Respected.
Respective.
I awoke in my respective.
He's doing it on purpose.
I know he is. In her apartment as well.
Yes.
And we don't know what happened to Agent Mantillo because Agent Maya and Jerry Gladstone were trying to find her, to locate her, but she wasn't around. So Agent Maya's reaction to what had occurred and what happened led her to frantically run down the street to grasp and get something that is concrete. She ended up at her local coffee shop ordering her faithful cup of joe, where the people recognized her and brought her down to earth a little bit, brought her a little bit of stability just briefly as she figured out what has happened and occurred the last who knows how many hours, although according to all the devices and things of that nature, it's the next day. Although it felt like you were in the Dorchester House for hours upon hours upon hours. Could even have been days. You're not sure. Jerry wakes up in the hotel room, heads out to the restaurant, Bridges Gateway Restaurant, as a method of trying to figure out what's going on, and he's driven there for some reason, and that's where Maya runs into him and locates him. So they get together. The next destination is to find Agent Mantillo. Agent Mantillo is not responding to text messages, phone calls, and so they go by Mantillo's motorcycle shop where they believe she lives. Runs into her brother, and he said that Mantillo his sister had woken up earlier in the morning
in a respected bed.
Well, he
highly respected.
He wasn't sure exactly. He just had heard that you were there, got on the bike and took off, and your bike isn't there. So he just put two and two together. You went for a ride. Who doesn't know where your destination is, hasn't seen you, that blah. So Agent Maya, taking that into consideration, her and Jerry decide to go back to Dorchester House. But before that, Agent Maya's contacted by her handler. And the handler mentions that they need the information that you guys have acquired since originally contacting them to find out what has gone on. So they're looking for a handoff of any information that you've obtained, collected over the last couple days. And they want to
this was her actual handler, not the dude that contacted us at the beginning.
Correct.
Okay.
And yeah.
Can Agent Maya break in and make a correction?
Sure.
Okay.
Did I mess up somewhere?
Nothing big.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that everyone understands why some of the actions went down. So Maya went to your shop alone, then later met
Yes.
Gary at the restaurant. And the whole reason we went back to Dorchester House, though, is because Maya was worried that's where Mantillo went. So she's
Makes
like,
sense.
let's make sure she didn't go back there or isn't still there.
Right.
Couldn't get out,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
So that was the whole, just to give her actions some sense as we find out what else happened.
Right. Yes. Fair.
Jerry did what he was told, like usual.
Like usual, exactly. In the same manner as normal. He wandered off and did something else.
I think he tried to get in the back seat at one point with Maya in the front. She's like,
Yes.
"Oh fuck no, get up here! You know, I'm not your taxi driver."
Have it.
Nice.
So upon leaving, that's what happened. Agent Maya goes to see Agent Mantillo. She's not at the shop. Goes off, meets Jerry at the Gateway Bridges restaurant. They come to the conclusion, and then they get called by the handler. And they say, hey, we need to rendezvous at 11 p.m. at the mall. I forgot the name of the mall. It starts with a T.
I've been there. It's up north of the airport.
Yeah, I think so.
On the west side of US 1.
Tivolino
Mall.
Oh, that's a different mall. Okay, never mind.
Tivolino, something like that.
10-4, over and out. Agent Maya, message received. Says that they haven't been able to locate. Did you convey that you were unable to locate Agent Mantillo at the time?
We told them that we were on the hunt. If I remember correct.
Guys got some gas. Used a credit card at the local coffee shop. Decided to continue on to the Dorchester house to find Agent Mantillo. Right.
That's an interesting detail to mention, Sean.
Well, I mean, it's just tracking tracking you across wherever you're going, logically, of course. And it starts to become dark, and it's after hours. The gate is closed to the Dorchester house, but they buzz in and ask for entry. I think you guys might have even asked if Agent Mantillo was there or present.
They didn't even get out of the car, I don't think.
We didn't. But
No.
they did say, "Oh yeah, she's
They
inside.
came out.
Just come on in."
So you guys were, well, and at one point, you asked who was the doctor on duty, and it was Dr. Friend.
So, Sean, hold on. We asked that at the gate.
You did.
So Edwin, while we were like headed into it's getting dark, there's the asylum or the sanitarium. When we asked and got the wrong doctor's name, the doctor from the night floors, we had to decide, are we going in or not? So there was a fair bit of like, are we doing this? But we did it.
And guess what they chose, Edwin? They chose to move forward.
Good. That's good. They're good players.
Yeah, good players.
I like that about them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Good players. Yeah.
I mean, they're not turtling.
No. Action. Players of action.
Yeah.
They move up the drive after the gates are open, and they are greeted by a couple orderlies as they pull up the drive, but they don't park in a normal stall. They just kind of come up into the parking lot and stop. They don't recognize any real vehicles there. The motorcycle that you would be riding isn't present, and the orderlies ask them to get out of the vehicle and come on in, to which they say no. And one orderly goes back inside, and the other one stays out on the steps to the entrance to the Dorchester house as these two decide to kind of futz around in the parking lot, to which at some point realize that off in the distance there's a squad car, kind of like you would notice in the neighborhood. You're not sure what direction it's coming from. You hear the sirens. You might see the lights blinking off the residential houses in the area, and eventually it comes into view where there's a squad car coming down the street. It kind of comes around down to a corner, makes its way what would be the front of the Dorchester house outside of the fence. They start to creep along and realize that the squad car is now making its way up the drive to the Dorchester house. Maya tactically puts in some distance so that they're kind of going around the building to see if Agent Mantillo's motorcycle is in the back, where maybe some of the people, the employee parking is. And maybe it's back there. And as the police creep up, you guys are kind of at a 6 and 12 going around the Dorchester house. Until, of course, Maya comes out to the front of the Dorchester house and starts to kind of head down the drive the way they came in towards the gate. And before they could do that, the police come up behind with lights blaring into their rear view mirrors and through their rear window and ask them to shut off the car and essentially get out of the car, throw down any weapons, hands up, and are taken into custody and handcuffed in the driveway of the Dorchester house. That's where we left off. Both of them, Jerry Gladstone and Agent Maya, on their knees, their hands behind their back, in handcuffs by what appear to be the Boston Police Department. You were going to say, Harrigan?
That is a surprise.
Yeah. You were going to say, Harrigan?
Only that I was picturing like the lane to the asylum is relatively long from the gate, right? And I think we drove about halfway there before we pulled over. So we're not like in front of the asylum, nor are we right at the gate. We're kind of halfway between. And the cops, when they get out of the car and made the stop, they had guns drawn and were like, get out of the car, kind of thing.
Agent Maya identified herself as a FBI agent, throwing down her identification and credentials, and they didn't seem to care.
Jerry said he was an author, and they didn't seem to care either.
That is true.
Only because they haven't read your books yet.
That's true. Yeah, once they read that book that's called...
then they would have fired and asked questions later.
7 Nights in Jail, or whatever your next bestseller is.
So we pick up from there that evening, right outside the Dorchester house, down the driveway, halfway down the drive. And not now. Oh my God. Okay. I thought I was being beckoned already.
We can handle it if you are. We'll just play it for a while.
I'm good.
Everything will be fine without the GM for a little while.
I'm good. It's just things.
We'll just tap the mic for a while and
Yes.
stuff until you come back.
Agent Mantillo. Nobody really knows where you went for the last few hours. Had to get away from it all. Gather your thoughts. Nothing like a ride, wind, open road.
Absolutely.
Something drives you to go back to find Maya and Jerry Gladstone. Did the same thing happen? Did they all experience the same thing? Are they back in their own places? Somehow you end up riding towards the Dorchester house, whether you are intentionally going there or not. Maybe it just happened to be where you woke up kind of consciously as you're driving down the road in the streets, getting a little darker, and realizing the Dorchester house isn't very far away. And in so doing, you realize that there's a kerfuffle must be going on. You see squad lights bouncing off the buildings. Kind of as the Dorchester house, I picture up on a little bit of a hill, right? You drive up to it versus like a flat ground, which gives you a little bit of a view of it higher in the elevation from the street that you're riding your motorcycle on. Okay, gotta mute that. She's on a real estate tear. What about this house? What about this house? What about this house? So as you probably pull up towards the Dorchester House, whether you're going into the drive, it's going to be up to you. But you realize and see that there is a vehicle in the driveway, a little distance from the gate, but not all the way up towards the parking lot. And the squad car seems to be shining its lights down towards the gate, creating a shadow from the vehicle that it's behind. And you see two individuals getting out of their vehicle at gunpoint and you probably can't hear it over the rumble of the bike and the breeze, but you could kind of make that out relatively quickly as you kind of slow down the bike. It's not a 50-mile-an-hour zone, but you probably slow it down even just a little bit to see the building that you had been in the day prior, but then encountered strange things in the evening. What do you do?
So I assume I recognize my two colleagues in the with their hands over their heads there. Is the security, the gate and so forth to the drive, the type of thing that a motorcycle could sort of skirt, going up on the island or sliding over a little sideways under half a gate or in some way sort of stunt their way in? Or is it like a sliding fence that, is a serious barricade?
It probably, I envisioned it more of a gate that swung in or swung out,
Okay.
depending on which way the vehicle was entering or exiting. There's a walk-up spot that is got kind of also a gate to it. So it's kind of like the one gate you can just, they would buzz and you would be able to unlatch it and walk into the grounds. So there isn't a way to necessarily just drive around or through. And then the rest of the kind of
there was barbed wire, razor wire.
Well, it was concrete walls, and
oh yeah,
pretty fortified. Constantine, I think, wire might be at the top. But there's the entrance, and there's a security camera that points down, and there's a kind of a keypad. You hit the button, and they ask on the intercom.
So I pull over to the side of the road where I can see the fence, the gate, and I reach up. Actually, I guess I reach down towards the wiring harness, and I pull out the wire that goes to the headlight. So I knock out my headlight, and I wait for the squad car with my fellow investigators to come out.
Okay. So are you gonna park your bike like outside of the gate or
so
on the street?
I'm pulled off on the side, hopefully in some kind of a dark shadow under a tree, and pull my kill the headlight, keep my foot off the brake, and so I'm just there. There's a low rumble of the bike, but nothing. It's at idle.
Yep. So you could do that, no problem. As you cut the engine, you can hear the voices of the police, yelling commands at these individuals. It becomes very clear, very loud, kind of echoes from that elevated vantage point that they're at. And as far as you could tell, there isn't any sounds or indications of chaos, if you will. It sounds like whoever they're talking to is probably being compliant.
Playing along. I will, just in case, I will clear my pistol from its holster and make it ready.
Okay.
I'm sitting on the bike. I've got my gun in my hand down by the side, waiting to see what's going to happen.
So you recognize this from maybe some of the circles you run in, some of the shows you watch on TV, some of the things you might have encountered in the military, but it's the police are taking a very tactical approach to getting the individuals out of the vehicle on their knees. You hear them giving them step-by-step instructions, arms outside the vehicle, open the vehicle from the outside, keep your hands where we could see them, stand away from the voice, start walking towards the voice backwards, keep going. And you hear this as they take one person into custody, and then they start repeating it on the second person. And you could see up the drive that, those actions being followed pretty much to the T. You could hear at some point, you probably recognize Agent Maya's voice saying, "Hey, I'm an FBI agent," knowing that it's you could see from where you are at this point that it's her Yukon that they're getting them out of. The police are.
Yeah, I think my main concern is that these are not police and that they're not going to end up at a police station. And so what I am preparing to do is follow them quietly to see where they end up. I'm not going to take them out inside a secure facility.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure I could, but it just seems a little much.
Without any immediate intervention, the two are obviously taken into custody. The handcuffs are put into place, and you see one police officer assist with Maya taking her back to the police squad car, kind of saying, "Hey," putting her up against the side of the vehicle in the front driver's side, just telling her to stand up against the vehicle and not to move. And then they proceed with getting Jerry to come back to the squad car as well. Same.
Don't go too far here because there's stuff to do.
Okay.
But go on.
Yeah. So Maya, you're being escorted back towards the car.
So policeman is behind her. Her hands are behind her, right? He's obviously helped her up from her knees because I think she was on her knees with her hands behind her back, got cuffed. I think, Jerry, they were cuffing you as we broke.
Yeah.
Right? So same deal. So she's heading back towards the squad car. When he puts her against the car, Sean, is it like, does she have her back to the car so her hands are on the car? Is she forward against the car?
Forward against the car.
And then does he turn back to help his other policeman? The other cop?
I don't know if they would do that. I think he would probably keep his hand on the small of your back, kind of arm's length away, and then probably tip you forward so that your face is like on the hood of the car.
Okay. When they're most of the way to the car, Maya's going to start in with, "What's the charge? Why'd you stop us? Like what are you charging us with?
Everything will be just fine. Just cooperate. Everything will be fine."
You're not answering me. So while she says this, as he bends her over the car, I don't know what role this is, Sean, but she's a marshal.
Yep.
She knows her way around handcuffs. She's trying to position a hand or a wrist so she can pull it out.
Okay.
The dice will tell us whether she could do that. You can tell me how hard that is. But the idea being the girl knows her way around law enforcement and cuffs. And she may not take it out this instant, but she's sort of positioning and getting it ready with her hands behind her back. And she's trying to talk to the guy to keep him distracted because he's so close to her and has his hand on her back and whatnot. But she's trying to position her hand so that she can get one free.
I would say that that's probably going to be... I don't know if there's no real escape.
There's not. I've been looking stealth, dodge, dex.
Stealth, I guess, to some degree. If you're trying to do it on the down low, I could see that coming into play. I don't know if that would. It would probably apply to keep it hidden and not
Athletics,
Athletics, maybe.
criminology,
not criminology.
unarmed combat. I don't know. There's so many options that are none of them very good. Yeah.
Where's the good old GURP skill? Escape.
Right.
I'll roll stealth. Is there a minus 20, plus 20?
I would say minus 20.
It don't matter what you pick. All of
Wow.
it. Swimming. I chose swimming.
Sean.
93. Yeah, it's like they put it on too tight. So gets you back to the car and just says, just be patient. Nobody, and he's like, he has a really like a strange tone, like, hey, everything's going to be okay. Nobody's going to hurt you. Everything's going to be fine. Just relax. Okay, just relax. And then he looks up towards the Dorchester house. And Mantillo, you can see this. Jerry, probably not so much. You've still got your back towards what's happening. But the officer that escorted Maya back to the car and has her up against the side of it, kind of, he's not roughhousing or anything. He's just got you steady and firm there. You could feel that hand in the small of your back. And he waves towards the front of the Dorchester house, kind of like this, kind of signaling to the orderly to come down.
As soon as he does that, forgive me for going on for a second, Jerry, you'll be your spotlight here in a second. I think there's a close up of one of Maya's eyes, and her pupils are like dilated. There's like realization dawning on her. She's like, I have fucked up so bad. These are not cops. You could see it like written on her face. And when he signals, simultaneously, Sean, she's forward, right? She's going to try to use her leg to hook the cop's leg and like grapple and take them both down. And when she does that, she's going to be like, Jerry, fucking run. These are not cops. Fucking run. And she's trying to get that cop on the ground with her feet, with her legs.
So the Mantillo's reaction to seeing them wave at the facility was to slip off the bike, run to the fence, and get prone with the gun through the fence, braced, pointed down the driveway there. It's a long shot with a pistol, but that's the best she's got right now.
Yeah.
The dark.
If you I'll give you this. If you decide to fire at a certain point, you may have a clear shot, but if you critically fail, you will shoot Maya.
No, not Jerry.
Well,
we don't know. Critical success.
Jerry hasn't moved yet.
Through the top and Jerry, no matter what.
That's right.
Just as a heads up, that's all.
Yep,
you can do whatever you want in a role playing game.
I can try whatever I want.
You can try whatever you want. That's right.
If the ones die is 0 through 8, you hit Jerry.
So is the I'm assuming the officer is patting us down, right, to make sure we don't have weapons,
of course,
or what have you.
Yeah. I think they did that when they came up and put you in cuffs.
Okay. Well, if you recall, I shoved my notebook into the waistband of my pants,
and I believe I think they missed that, didn't they? I thought I did a search.
They may have, because you didn't take it. So I don't want them to miss it.
Oh.
So I'm going to squeeze it, like kind of like wriggle it out so it falls out of the pants.
Okay.
Onto the ground.
All right.
PG-13, man.
And if you recall, many, many, many pages of this has the yellow sign.
Wow.
Because I drew it many, many, many times in my book.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
And yes.
Your weapon of choice.
So I'm hoping one of the officers sees it fall from my jacket or my shirt.
Absolutely does. And holds you up for just a second, and goes to pick that up.
And I say, no, don't look inside it. No. That's my
It's
stuff.
okay.
Don't look inside.
It's okay. It's okay. Hey, buddy, it's gonna be fine. No problem. We'll just put this at a safe spot so it doesn't get lost.
Can you make sure? Wait. Can you make sure the picture of my mom is still in there?
Of course.
The picture of my mom was inside of it.
We'll check it out. No problem. He's not going to check it out and futz with you at the same time. So he's going to bring you back to the vehicle, and unless you're going to resist.
Can I roll surgery?
Can you roll surgery?
See if he looks. No, I'm just joking. I have a 0. It doesn't matter.
You have awoken to realize. So he brings you back to the car. And then, but he's got that notebook in hand.
Yeah.
As he gets you back to the car, Maya, you're trying to.
Yeah. Ideally before he gets there.
Okay.
Like either when they're getting him up off the ground. I mean, you control the timing here, but whenever he waves, my dude waves, Maya's moving out on the leg grapple and the yell to Jerry.
All right.
Fucking run.
So you're gonna give me
Unarmed combat.
Yeah, unarmed combat.
So that he's behind her and she's cuffed.
You got surprise on your hands, though.
I do have surprise. Tell me what I'm doing.
I would say, yeah, that we'll go with. I'm feeling pretty good tonight because who knows what's going to happen. So we'll just say straight roll because of you're cuffed. He's surprised.
Straight roll.
Let's see what happens.
You got Jerry as your backup.
Yeah, Jerry is back
right.
up.
I'll do that. For future rolls, I didn't know this. You can right click on the skill and it gives you the ability to add the -20 +20. I didn't know that.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know that either.
That's a success.
Ooh,
I have
matter.
60. That's
Very
a 14.
well, very well. And so the policeman that is overseeing Maya is caught off guard and falls back and says, "Stop! Wait!" And as this is happening, Jerry, you hear Maya scream out. What do you do, Jerry?
So she says, "Run."
Jerry
I'm
goes,
assuming the
Jerry
officer.
goes towards the Dorchester
I'm assuming the
House.
officer looks in that direction.
Yes, the officer's distracted from what's going on. Yes.
So the notebook was placed on the hood of the car.
Okay.
Right? Like, because where else would he put it?
He was bringing you back. He's got it in his hand.
I grabbed the book with my teeth off the hood of the car with the handcuffs, and I start running. I just start running.
Okay.
With the book in my teeth.
Are you running?
If I can get away.
Are you now? I don't want to assume anything. Are you running towards the gate or?
I'm running towards the Dorchester House.
You are okay.
With the book in my mouth.
Got it.
Jerry.
All right, fantastic. Mantillo. Okay, well, let me back up just a second. Maya, what are you doing? Because that you've tripped him up a little bit, so you've got a little bit of space.
Yep. Was his gun out? Is his gun on the ground or is his gun holstered?
I'd say it was holstered. He didn't have you at
And
gunpoint when
he's on the ground, right?
He will be on the ground, prone.
I think Maya is going to turn towards him and try to kick him in the face and knock him out. All the while still like, run, Jerry, run. She's trying to knock lights out for this fuckhead. What she's doing.
All right, give me an unarmed combat. At this point, though, I'm going to go with a -20 just because you're still cuffed. And the surprise.
And he's aware.
Yes.
He's aware, yeah. All right, that's a 40 I'm rolling against. 53. Nope.
So you attempt to try to kick him, and you're off balance with your arms behind your back, and you miss him, but you don't fall and lose your balance. You see Jerry going towards the Dorchester House.
He runs past me.
Like with his hands behind his back. Running up the
book. I look like a duck with the book in my mouth.
What is the second cop doing?
Come on, Lou. RP.
I got my book right here.
The other police.
Better.
Get him, Maya. Get him.
Extra XP for you. The police officer that was overseeing Jerry is probably a little off. Wants to make sure his partner's okay, so he probably sees Jerry run off with handcuffs on and a journal in his mouth. He's probably not overly concerned in seeing that he's dangerous. Looks over, he pulls out his weapon and points it at you.
So I shoot him.
You're gonna shoot him?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
If he's pulling a gun out and pointing it at Maya, heck yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go with, let's see. It's gonna be
Prone and in the dark here. Yeah.
well,
He's
you're a little
far
bit
away.
of a distance away with
Exactly,
a handgun. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Chapter 11: How it all ended.
who knows what's I have no every week I have no idea what's gonna go on. So
Well,
why would
it's
this be
fair.
any
We don't
different?
either.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That makes 4 of us.
So I don't actually
Might actually be called The Scared Little Duckling. That actually might be the name of the chapter.
There you go. I guess it's chapter 16, right? How did I think?
is there a
Yeah.
I have to pull up for ranged
Yeah, you do.
combat.
Ranged
Is
combat.
this our
Wow.
first combat?
It is
In 16 sessions. This is
16
our first
sessions. I
combat.
don't think you guys have
Wow.
done anything.
I'm not fighting.
Well, I know we haven't done anything, but you don't have to put it that way.
Ooh, painful. Run, duckling, run.
Violence breaks out. I think that's a fair statement.
I think it's probably just going to be attack rolls, defense rolls, damage, attack rolls, attack modifiers. Maximum plus 40, no limits thrown. I think combat modifier, very long, very short range. Here we go. So probably,
Ole.
yeah. Pistols are short range, I got to imagine. So you're going to get if it's beyond base range, it's a minus 20. And if it's beyond twice the base range, it's minus 40.
How many meters away is she?
I would say at least minus 20. Minus 40 might be a stretch because you are halfway down the driveway. So
But
Is
she's
there,
been
if we're leaning
Aim.
on the rules, is there a bonus for aiming, being prone, braced, any of that kind of stuff?
There is aiming,
trying to see.
bald shots, all kinds of stuff.
There is. That's
Don't call a
right.
shot. That'll make it a
I'm
card.
not going to call it. I'm just going to shoot him.
Yep.
The cop.
Yep.
I mean,
Stun.
53 has all the combat modifiers.
Why does my book not have? There it is.
doesn't have page 53, does it?
It doesn't have the
Yeah,
page number 53.
I think
I
this
see
would
it.
count as a surprise attack too.
Now you know how we feel.
Sure.
So if they're unaware,
Yes, they are unaware that they are going to be shot
20.
at. So
that's plus 20%.
So that's
And any success is a critical hit since they're unaware.
it's a wash. So go ahead, straight shooter.
Do it.
Critical
It's
success.
Is it a
double
double critical?
is that a double?
That's a headshot, baby. Yeah.
Oh. As
Not
the
that it
shot
mattered.
rings out, Jerry doesn't know where the shot came from and thinks he's being shot at.
Yes.
And just dives
Dives
into the
mouth
closest
first.
bush. He just dives into the closest bush.
Awesome.
And it's a freaking rose bush.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
just
it is.
torn up as he dives into this giant bush he sees in the dark.
So yeah,
Yeah, you down so as far as you can tell, officers down.
cool.
Maya hear gunshot. The police officer that was catering to Jerry hits the ground. You hear it like a sack of potatoes. Boom.
I don't think in the split seconds we're talking about here, she can process that someone's helping her. She's just,
Right. Yeah, you have no idea.
she looks and
what's going
sees,
on.
but then she's got the guy on the ground she's more worried about.
And you hear the crack of the gun for sure. What kind of gun are
describe
you?
himself.
What kind of gun are you using?
An M9 pistol, semi-automatic, is what I have written down.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, if I had described her as a gun nut, she would have recognized the report of the Beretta, but I have not. So he does not. The 9mm that goes off.
Yeah. So police down. The other one is prone. Jerry's run up the drive. You could see him like
Jumped in a rose
running
bush.
weirdly, and then all of a sudden like throws himself into a bush. What do you do, Maya? The other officer is like, freeze! Don't move!
I mean, is he on the ground still? Did he
He's
get
on,
up? What's he
on
doing?
the ground, but he's fumbling for his pistol.
All right, so she is. I can picture her kind of like he tried to kick him in the face and she couldn't. He's scuffling and scrambling. He gets part way up. Right, he's trying to grab his pistol. She backs off just a little with her hands behind her back, and she's trying to aim a kick at his pistol as he draws it. So if he's bringing it out of his holster, he's trying to kick it right out of his hands.
All right.
Which she's going to try to do. So it's a called shot.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Which
It's
is,
gorgeous.
a minus whatever you want, but unarmed combat.
It's a stunt. It's
Yep.
like you need a hero die.
Exactly. Here's my mighty deed. She's trying to disarm him.
Unbelievable.
Man,
If it's a
man.
-20, it's a critical success. If it's a -40,
We should have been
you miss.
combating all the time, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. So
We should have been fighting everyone.
critical success for sure. I don't think it's a -40.
Okay.
Or is it a
What
-40
do you give
because
me-
of called shot?
No, well, it depends on what type of called shot and all that kind of stuff.
Target about half covered or smaller than human target. He's not even covered or very
He's not
small. That would
covered
be
at all.
-40. So not even not a -40. So you critically succeed.
So the critical success, what do you want to do with that?
You probably knock
Can she break his hand?
I'll give you a choice. You can either opt to break his hand, or you can opt to tell me how far you kick the gun within reason. Like you could probably get a good whack in and have the gun go off a pretty decent distance.
I want to break his hand.
Okay,
So the gun can go, 10 feet away or whatever it would go if someone kicked it out of your hand.
sure.
It's within scrambled reach. But ideally, she's caused the man some pain and he has some broken fingers or whatever, however you want to rule that.
Yep. Nope. That's fine.
I like that he'd already gotten his finger into the trigger when you kick the gun out, and that just
That's right.
Snapped the
Mangled
finger.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snapped his trigger finger.
She's like super intense right now. So she kicks it out of his hand. She's like, "You're not fucking Boston PD. Who are you?" Kind of like she's right, after the kick, she's right in his face. She is not about to let up.
Okay. So he's like, Boston police, get on the ground. So he's gonna scramble, like as he's wincing in pain from his hand being cracked by your foot. He's gonna try to scramble for his weapon.
I would like to shoot out the floodlight, which is on the other side there, aiming at facing me, right?
You're gonna try to kick, or you're gonna try to shoot out the police floodlight.
Police floodlight, yeah.
They do have headlights too.
Right. I'm assuming the floodlight is bigger and brighter at the moment.
Sure.
So I was going to start with the floodlight.
Okay,
It's gonna
that's
take like 8 rounds
Yeah,
to
it
shoot
is.
all those lights out.
yeah. He's gonna end up reloading.
And I shoot off the Chevy symbol.
This seems dramatic to me. Like I feel like this is going to
Do
distract
it.
people and make it harder
it.
to
So
shoot
the
people.
Get all the
distance
tires.
is the same, but you're also
Yep.
aiming for a light. So
Yep.
I would say that's a called shot. So you're going to be probably, I think you were at -20 before.
I was
and-
flat before because I was prone and braced. Oh no, I was surprised. I surprised him.
Right.
Right.
So -20 distance
Yep.
and
Yep,
a called
definitely.
shot.
Yep.
Cover at least another -20. So -40 for sure.
Non-moving target.
Non-moving target. Is there a tweak for that?
I don't know.
Target
I figure if there's a-
standing totally still, plus 20.
Okay, so I'm at minus 20 now.
Should probably give you a minus 40 for that called shot with the cover, but that's all right.
Big light.
That's fine.
All right, so I shoot again. I miss.
Crack of a gun shot goes off, and you hear the whizzing of a bullet. Maya. Zzz.
It probably makes her flinch a little as she realizes there's someone actively shooting still.
Right, and it probably might hit the car.
Hits the windshield or something.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. That's good.
So where's Jerry? Where's Jerry? So Jerry, are you in the bush still?
Jerry is in the rose bush.
Okay.
I mean, it looked like he got into a fight with a bag of cats. So he's just got like blood streaking down his arms and face. He's trying to get the cuffs down, around his legs so that he can get his hands in front of him. It's rough, and he's not as spry as he used to be.
You're not wearing any armor or anything, correct?
No armor.
Yeah. Take a hit point of damage from rolling around in the rose bushes.
Awesome.
If you don't move around, no damage.
Okay.
The minute you roll around,
yeah, he's good. He wants to get his hands in front of him first, and then
it's Hawthorne.
He'll decide what he's going to do.
There is an orderly going, like as soon as the gunfire starts, or a crack from the pistol, even though it's not like a rifle, the orderly at the top doesn't continue down towards the vehicle. Instead, he starts going towards where Jerry is, like, and kind of.
Oh, they saw Jerry jump into the bush.
You did, sure,
of course.
Yeah,
Jerry's probably past the light, though, right? I pictured him running past the squad car, so out of the big floodlight area into the dark. And
that's for the rear of
the parking lot does have lighting. It's
fair enough. And the road might too, right?
Don't worry about Jerry. He's got a plan.
It's a health. Mental health facility.
Bleed all over everybody.
With some lighting at the moment. At least now it does.
Keep using your fancy guns.
Right, I can take them out one at a time.
You start trying to shoot those parking lot lights up above, man. You're going to be shooting a ways with that pistol.
Yeah,
but you could try. Maya, Jerry's rolling around the bushes. Orly's going over there. Police officer on the grounds trying to go and get his weapon.
Is he like on all fours crawling or?
Yeah,
up?
Essentially, yeah.
All right,
probably rolling.
But I think in the moment, Maya's like somewhere she's aware there's a shooter out there who's like shooting at the scene actively, but she's just too focused on this guy trying to get his gun. I don't think she necessarily knows Jerry's in the bushes and is potentially a little bit hurt. So as dude kind of rolls over, I can picture him kind of trying to protect one of his hands, hopefully, because it's broken now. So he's sort of doing one of these towards the gun. She's going to run in between him and the gun and try to kick him in the face to really ward him off of the gun while yelling, "Jerry, get the gun! Get the gun on the ground, Jerry!" So she's hoping Jerry will turn around, come back, and get the gun behind her. The gun is here, dude is here. Maya's going to go in between and basically fend the guy off from trying to get his gun by kicking him in the face.
All right.
I can't imagine anything making this encounter more dangerous than giving Jerry a gun.
Behind her. What am I rolling, Sean? And I think Delta Green has, dude, if it's a unarmed combat melee, it's two-way. If she loses, I think you roll as well. And if she loses, she takes damage and all that good stuff. I think Delta Green works that way. Does it not?
Kind of the simultaneous
correct
attack thingies going on. Protection, other threats.
Certainly Call of Cthulhu, but that's more recent.
Cold. Damage. Turn. Attack. Firearm. Defense rolls. So I think there's also the dodge to
fight back.
Back.
You can decide to fight back.
Yeah. That's certainly what Call of Cthulhu has. You can either dodge or fight back. And if you And then depending on how the winning comes out, it can go either way.
Same thing here.
Yeah. And the same thing that the fighter backer has to do a level of success better than or has to probably in Delta Green probably has to be higher, but still under there. Like if you both succeed, whoever has the higher, closer to their thing wins or something. It's just,
well, realistically, we were supposed to do like an initiative thing with highest dexterity first,
right?
And so on. But
it's all been surprise action so far.
Yeah,
basically.
Wow. He's not going to dodge. He's just going to go after the weapon. Like, I don't think he would see the purpose in dodging, but that's like not his first priority. He's not bound. He's got a messed up hand.
So I'm remembering now. What it does is it takes your action, right?
Yeah.
If he wants to crawl and get the gun. Yeah, go ahead, Lou.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, anything else that you want to do that isn't a physical attack or defend, the handler decides whether it requires a stat or skill test to see if that person does it during combat.
What it means, Sean, is if he decides to fight. Sorry, I don't mean to tell the GM of the rule, but
that's all right.
I think if he decides to fight back, he was foregoing his opportunity to grab the gun. Is what it's.
Gotcha. Yeah, right. You can't do both, kind of thing.
So he's got to make like a dexterity roll or something to see if he can grab the gun.
Okay, so Maya's going to roll unarmed combat. Am I doing a plus or minus 20 on anything? Just straight up. He's on the ground.
She's
cuffed.
Ground. Yeah.
Probably a wash.
Sure.
60. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is amazing.
Her damage is 1d4 minus 2.
Oh.
See if I can roll that. Or excuse me, minus 1, I should say. Unarmed attack, 1d4 minus 1.
Oh, that's not going to roll it.
It rolled unarmed combat again. I meant to press the die.
Ooh,
3 damage.
Nice. Max it up.
Yep.
Broken nose, broken finger.
One thing I love about Delta Green is that when you get down to 2 hit points, you're actually unconscious. Mm-hmm. One is like verge of death. It's pretty cool.
Give me a D4 roll for that unarmed attack against his hand.
So a D4 minus 1?
Yeah.
1.
Just trying to see where he is at damage. Okay.
So she's basically trying to keep herself between him. If there's a kick, I don't know. It probably doesn't knock him unconscious, but she's fighting like a bear cat here.
Yeah, he is conscious, but he's got some blood coming out of the corner of his mouth, and his hand's killing him, and he's looking at you. But he really wants to get that gun. So now you're in between him and the gun.
Yep.
He's like, so then he kind of puts up his hands. He's like talking to you in a real subtle voice, like, look, nobody's trying to hurt you here. We're just trying to do what's best for you. Everything's going to be okay. Like, there's no reason for getting all, getting all hostile.
They're still mixing it up. Jerry, you've got your request.
So at this point, okay, so that happens. Mantillo, what are you doing? Anything at this point?
Yes, I need to get in, and I think the easiest thing to do is probably blowing the lock off the person fence.
Okay.
So that's my plan.
You're going to attempt to disable the walk-through gate.
Yep.
By what means? You're going to shoot it?
That's my layperson's understanding of the best movie action to do to get into this facility is to shoot the lock on this fence. I have no idea if this is a realistic thing to do or not.
Mythbusters do that?
Shoot the lock.
Shoot the lock.
She will do whatever is appropriate. She could, if it, she could certainly race to the bike and get a tool of some sort, a lever, a tire iron type thing, or she can shoot stuff. Whatever seems sort of the best way to get on a lock of this fence. Yeah. I feel like I'm not going to ride my bike through the fence. That doesn't seem like an appropriate
That will
thing
hurt.
there. If there is a large enough, if there's an appropriate rock nearby, she could use that and smash the lock. I don't know. Like I feel like there's a fence with a gate in it, like just a normal sized person gate that has the steel pipe running around it and chain link across the face of it, right?
I pictured it more wrought iron bars.
Oh, okay. So it's okay. So there's the wrought iron,
and it
and then there's the lock,
closes
the deadbolt,
into
basically
a latch of some kind where they buzz and unbuzz it.
Okay. And there's no guardhouse because there's just the speaker to get to the.
There is a guardhouse, but it's not manned after hours.
So the guardhouse does the guardhouse break the fence? Like, is there a wooden guardhouse that sort of, or is it inside the fence?
I think it would be outside the fence.
Outside the fence?
Well, they got to greet you. They got to say, "Hey, what are you doing here?" When you guys first pulled up to the Dorchester House, they were like,
I'll break into.
What are you doing here, and what's your business? And you're like, cool. I'm Maya, and I'm Jerry. We're here to see the.
Cool. Yeah, I will kick in the door to the guardhouse because there's a button in there that will open the gate. In my mind.
Okay. All right. Got it. Off to the guardhouse you go. Not very far, obviously, and you try to break it open. Go ahead and give me a boot roll. See if you can break this thing open. Yeah.
Apparently not.
So you go to kick in the door, and it doesn't budge. On a critical, I'd have you hurt your foot.
I know.
Steel door.
Yeah, seems like it's pretty solid. I mean, it is the current, 2015. It's not.
Yeah. No, it should be solid.
Yeah, it's. Jerry, you're up in the bushes. You still struggling?
Unless I have to roll, I'm out of the bushes with my hands in front of me, with the cuffs still on, holding the book.
All right, take a point of damage.
Again?
Yeah, from getting out of the bushes. Anytime you move in the bushes, point of damage. Thorns suck.
Love it.
But
I'm out.
But you're out.
I'm out.
And there's the orderly, coming to help you.
And I'm just like, I got my hands are still cuffed, and I have the book in my hands, and I'm just like,
he's like,
stay back.
No, he's like, hey, everything's gonna be okay, man. Everything's gonna be okay. It's no problem. Hey,
and
Jerry,
it's definitely a problem.
Jerry, just calm down. Calm down. It's all gonna be good.
How do you know what my name is?
Come on, Jerry.
Come on.
It's like, come. It's all right.
I'm just slowly just. If he's taking a step, I'm just taking one step back. I'm not running or anything.
If he notices you're kind of I'm stepping back as he takes a step, he's kind of smart enough to go, hey, it's all right. Everything, we get you inside. Everything will be okay. We'll get you to your room. Everything will be just fine.
I just look over. I just peek over my shoulder real quick, and I just yell, Maya.
Where is your book?
And you hear?
Where's your journal? Is it in your mouth?
It's in my hand. My hands are cupped, and now it's in my hands in front of me.
Oh, that's right, because you have your hands in front of you. Got it.
Yeah. So, Maya, now you hear I'm significantly farther away than you thought I was.
Behind her.
I just yell, Maya.
Little busy.
Jerry has not taken it upon himself to close the distance onto the weapon that you are.
Okay. So Jerry's staying with the orderly or near the orderly.
Yeah, just we're tangoing one step at a time.
That's right.
Or not. We're just standing there
Okay.
That's all I got.
It tries to rationalize, hey, there's no reason for anybody to get hurt. We just need
I heard gunshots. There's no reason to get hurt.
We need to go inside. We can get away from the danger.
I'm not going anywhere without Maya.
We'll get Maya too. It's not a problem. Maybe you could help me.
Is this the same guy who reached into the window? We skipped that for Edwin. One of them reached into the car.
This guy's got a mangled finger.
Oh, that's true.
I broke that guy's hand too.
Right.
That's right.
That's right. I forgot about that one.
So did I.
He's got a big bandage on his hand.
Oh, the orderly does?
One of them went in. I think the other guy went in. This guy stayed out. He was
Yep.
I don't know.
he was the okay guy. But yes, you did
Yeah, it'd be fun
mess
if
up
he
one
did.
guy's hand.
That's right.
My book just has blood pouring off it. I'm fine. And you know what? My book always has a pen in it because I have to write.
Right.
I take the pen out and I'm like, I got my handcuffs, and I got my book, and I got my pen. And I'm just like, stay back. I'm waiting for Maya. Maya!
He's like, hey, Jerry, we could go inside. You could even write.
I ain't
We could
going anywhere without Maya.
Okay, well,
Just chill.
Well, just why don't you sit down and I'll go get her for you.
I'm not sitting down.
Okay.
Sitting down.
Okay, and that's okay. So back and forth, but he's super trying to help you. Like, hey, it's just calm down, man. It's all good. Maya, what do you do?
So
you hear this kind of banter going up.
Doesn't the cop get to make his move since he didn't try to resist my attack?
Yeah, he's gonna go and try to grab his. He's gonna this is Unit 142. We need some backup, major backup, officer down, Dorchester House.
Oh boy!
Now look, there's going to be enforcements coming. It doesn't have to be like this. We could just go inside. Everything's going to be fine. He's talking to Maya. Yeah.
Oh, Maya.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The cop's calling in. He's like, officer down.
Did he stand up to do this?
He doesn't. Does he? No. He
I don't know. No? Okay.
He was kind of on all fours. He got kicked in the face, and then he's decided to radio.
Yeah. Probably flusters a little bit because it's probably with his offhand, maybe.
Okay.
So you hear the call and you hear dispatch. Roger.
1 Adam 12. 1 Adam 12.
Yeah. Got that he's like, shots fired. They're like, there's a shooter, location, Dorchester House. Units,
a lot of chatter between kicks.
It literally, in like a couple seconds, you hear sirens off in the distance. Like,
what?
Dude, you know how loud sirens are? They're not like police aren't around in Boston. They're not there yet.
It's the most effective police force in the entire country.
Dude, yeah, man. Okay, you don't hear them yet. Just a matter of time.
Takes them like 10 seconds to say that.
Mark Wahlberg is going to be one of the cops because he's in every Boston cop movie ever.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
What are you two doing up there? Get down from there. What are you doing up there? Oh, dear.
That's what he does.
Okay.
That's his action. Boom.
Okay. All right. You ready for this one? Or whose turn is it?
We'll go with Maya first.
Okay, he's got his hand rigged, right?
Down, but I think we'll just go with it. What's that?
He's got his hand rigged now. You can go by Dex. I don't care, dude.
No, go ahead.
He's got his radio, which is wired to the unit on his belt and goes up his shirt through his epaulette or whatever, and he's got it, right? All right. Maya's going to try to come in and knee that fucker in the chest, turn, grab the cord, and wrap it around his neck.
I saw this a million miles away. As soon as he's describing the cord, I'm like, he's going to try to wrap it around the cop's neck.
In his hand?
Yeah.
Yes, she is. So after this is all said and done, the ideal scenario is they're both on the ground.
Yeah.
But the cord is around his neck once, and she's like, like pulling it.
Sure.
That's the ideal.
Okay.
Tell me what I'm doing.
-40 unarmed combat.
-40.
For
I'll
sure.
take it. Fine.
She still has her hands behind her back, right?
Yeah.
She does. It's totally a
like
behind the back move.
You should have hit in the bush like me, and then you'd have your hands in the front.
All right. I'm still trying it. Don't care.
That's fair.
Can't stop me.
Like Edwin said, you can try anything you'd like.
Yep. So I think I can do -40. Roll. Oh my
What
God.
the hell?
That's a success, bitches. She has 60. I was rolling against it.
I go with the trunk. I think there's a bazooka. Yep.
All right. So you knock the wind out of him, and the cord like flips around, and
She finds it.
You find it, and you kind of let it slip through your hand, to a point where you can stop it and have a decent amount of slack. And the boot to the chest knocks the wind out of him briefly. Probably has a vest on, but whatever. You got the cord around him.
She hits the ground. This is now like UFC ground fighting,
Right?
Where she's she's
Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, as long as she just pulls on. If she thinks it's around his neck or even his neck and his arm or whatever she's got, she is just pulling on that. Although it's behind her back, she's having to use her legs. Yes,
this is Steven Seagal.
Yes.
Mantillo, what are you doing? There's something's going on up there. Like
did I hear the call to the cops at all, or is that too soft for me?
Give me an alertness check -20. We'll say maybe they got the radios pretty loud.
Alertness is somewhere else, right?
It's on your sheet.
Oh, there it is. I found it. Yep. Okay, so I don't hear that.
Nope.
But I see them go down.
Yes.
Presumably, I see.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. What are you doing? Are you busting through that booth?
Well, I tried to bust through the door. It didn't work. So I'm just staring at I'm looking at that. I'm hearing the fighting going on there.
I didn't know if you're going to try breaking down the door again or.
I don't either. And I saw in the distance, I see the orderly in dim light talking to Jerry, presumably.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. So I think I do the 180, looking around, look. Yeah, I think I need to get in. So I'm going to try to kick the door again. I don't know why I'm trying to roll my dice, but I'm going to try to kick the door again if that's okay. Set up a little better this time. Aim a little better. Maybe.
Sure.
Find out. Not well enough, but better.
Right.
I swear.
It was nice.
Not too loud.
Right. Okay.
The gate, the fence, the gates, the barbed, the wrought iron stuff has security stuff over it also. Like I can't climb it, at least not easily.
Right. Correct.
Or without taking damage.
Yeah.
Without taking, which I may do.
Mm-hmm. Push through.
Bend bars, lift gates.
Right.
3% chance.
Yes, of course. Okay. Got it. All right. Sounds good.
Can I have Maya say one thing? She's on the ground.
Sure.
Pulling on the corbel. She's like, I'm coming, Jerry. Just give me a minute. She knows he needs help. She can't see what predicament he's in. But
actually, you probably can because now your back's to the cop because you're pulling on his neck and you're like,
yeah.
You literally see me like fending off this guy with a pen and a book.
Mightier than a sword.
Stick him, Jerry.
It's like you're trying to write something frantically with your, like, I really got to get this down.
Right.
I don't want to forget this. This is the most exciting thing that's happened to me in so long.
Jerry, what are you doing? It's your turn.
I am going to make my way back to the action. I realize I'm no action hero, so I'm going to have to go very quickly
runs in the right direction.
Jog towards towards the police cars. Yeah.
Okay.
Is the orderly like jogging after me?
Yeah, he's going to try to tackle you.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
He's not just jogging.
Yeah. And there they are running down the field.
I love it.
Jerry's got the football journal.
I'm like serpentine. So I'm like,
this is literally why they pay this guy, though. Just, this is his job.
Right. It's all good. It's all good.
Tackle people outside the asylum door.
Will a cult help me here?
Not a cult. No.
not for serpentine.
No, there's a lot of skills on your list. I want to be a little more creative, Jerry. Lou, first time Delta Green? No.
All right, I yell at him in Armenian,
Nice. I
and then
confused him.
I don't know how are we doing this? He's making his attack roll first.
He is. Are you just gonna run, or because if you're
Well,
just
yeah, I'm gonna dodge.
okay, you
I'm
are.
gonna
All right.
make a dodge roll.
That's fine.
Fight back. Haha. I'm gonna dodge.
So let me come up with some numbers before I just start pulling these out of my butt. Oh, excuse me. So unarmed combat. He has got a 50. He succeeds.
So I have to make my dodge roll.
You
Not then.
are going to eat some turf.
I can't wait.
You also have to roll higher than 39. I forget.
It just says as long as I make my dodge roll, it opposes all hand-to-hand attacks that turn and lets my agent duck behind cover if I choose to. Dodge.
Dodge is on your skill list. Far right.
Oh, far right. I keep thinking it's
It's
alphabetical.
a
but it's not.
weird alphabetical. This way, this way.
Yes.
That way.
Ugh!
All I hear is the $6 million man tune, like sound effect.
Yeah, knocks the wind out of me.
Might knock your journal loose.
I go down. Definitely eat turf or gravel, even worse.
No, it's all blacktop.
Thorn bush.
Ouch.
Jerry, give me a strength check out of giggles, minus 20, to see if you let your journal fly across the driveway.
So I can right click that too. There you go. Minus 20.
Oh, yeah.
I am not letting go of that.
Right.
That is like
Makes sense.
Journal and the pen.
That makes
critically
total
succeeds.
sense.
Very
It's
nicely
like white
done.
knuckled. White
Not-
You
knuckled.
don't even protect yourself from the fall.
Right.
You just hold the journal.
Yeah. You fall forward and you're holding the journal so tight where your teeth and face would plant right into the cement. You'd smash it against the journal, saving your front teeth.
Luckily.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was
Because my back cover picture would look so crappy with no teeth of my books.
I was picturing the drunk fall where you can be loaded drunk and fall with a drink in your hand and you're on the ground, but your drink is fine.
No, I like it's almost as if like I fumbled it, yet I reached out and caught it as I was diving for like a catch in the end zone.
Well done. Bravo. Nicely done.
Still has this book.
Although I'm pinned to the ground by a giant lumbering orderly, but
Fox, yeah.
All right. So we went to Jerry. Jerry's on the ground. Maya's at the top of the order. Did we do Mantillo yet?
Yeah, I failed
okay,
again
we'll
to
go
kick
on
the
top
door
of
open.
Yeah, we'll go back to Maya then. Maya, you got this guy struggling.
So she's obviously trying to cut his airway off so he passes out. And there are suffocation rules on page 62. If he wasn't ready for it, he starts taking damage immediately. It's a con check. If he fails the con check, it's 1d6 damage. If he passes it, it's 1 damage. But you might want to call for some sort of like grapple break if he's trying to escape. You know what I mean? We may want to do a mano a mano roll to see if Maya holds the. It's up to you.
I think his instinct is to go to the cord and get it out of his neck. Like he's just going to pull that away is what I would do, right?
Yep.
There's nothing
and
to
she's
grab.
resisting him doing that.
Yeah, right. So strength checks?
I'm okay with that. So contested strength?
Sure.
First is...
I think I just rolled yours by accident. or Mantillo.
Your old
That's
Mantillos.
Mantillo's. But you can keep the 97.
Yeah,
I'll keep
good
it.
roll.
That's fine.
Oh,
Because you can keep the 93.
Oh my god!
yes.
That's perfect. Status
So
quo.
that should be a
Status quo. I think.
Hard to get leverage on
a
that
97 and a 93. You know, damn right. If I would have re-rolled, I'd be fine.
No.
So now there's the con check.
Correct. Now he makes a con check, and if he fails, it's 1d6 damage.
Okay.
This is the re-roll that matters here.
He's got a con of 40.
Whatever.
Oh, that's a success.
So he takes 1.
Not bad.
He's getting whittled down, but he's still okay. Not great, but
It's a brutal struggle on the ground.
yeah, he's got a broken hand. He's gotten kicked and with the wind
Maya's
knocked out of him.
unrelenting.
You're not making it easy for Mr. Police Officer on the night shift of the Boston Police, just on a routine call.
He's not a cop.
I think they're cops. I really do.
Does she see Jerry go down like pancake by this dude?
Oh,
And the guy
you know what?
probably lands on him in
I
slow
don't
motion.
know
He's on
about
top.
that, because here's how I would have saw it playing out. You have your back towards Jerry, and you would have went to the cop, got the cord around his neck.
Yep.
I almost picture you being on the other side of the cop now.
Yeah.
Back to back.
On the ground, they're
right,
scrambling.
Back to back. Like you're pulling, and he's like,
Yep, that's fair enough.
so.
All right. She's too focused on that to know what Jerry's doing anyway.
Yeah, guys, you've got this guy. I mean, he's pretty physically capable. He doesn't have any handcuffs on.
Yeah.
He's just been kicking him while he's down.
Versus rattlesnake kind of thing.
For sure. Mantillo, what the hell are you doing? There's struggle going on. The cop.
Yeah, no, I'm pissed. This door is. I turn away from the gate.
Yeah.
And I scan up the road towards my bike, and I'm looking for a car, an old car that's parked on the side of the road.
Yeah.
The older, the better.
You
not made of fiberglass is what you're saying.
You recognize a car on the side on the street. It looks like it's actually been there for this very purpose that you are about to need it for.
Excellent.
And
so I will spend as many rounds as it takes. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you attempting to do? You want to get in the car?
I want to smash open the car window. I want to hotwire the car, and I want to drive it through the fence.
Okay. So as you go up to the car, you're like, there's a car, and then there's an individual that's getting out of the car.
Okay.
And you get the street lights. It's not completely dark. And person gets out of the car, and he recognizes you coming towards the car, kind of in a hurry a little bit, I would think. And
definitely.
But for just a brief minute, he stops as he turns towards you, getting out of the driver's side, probably looking at you across the corner of the car. And he says, he looks at you and he said, what in the hell? What in the hell is your real name?
Samantha.
Samantha, that's right. He said, Sam? Is that you? And you notice that it looks like Master Sergeant Alvarez.
Master Sergeant Alvarez. Thought I killed him.
Killed Master Sergeant Alvarez?
Well, old age. But no, I don't. Maybe not.
Oh, killed him in a meta way.
In a meta way.
Oh,
yeah. No, sorry. He's still there. He's still there.
Is he dead?
No, it was. No. It was. It was apparently. I got rid of Technical Sergeant Luis Jones as a contact, but I didn't offer. We just broke contact.
Yeah, Jones is at 0, and then Alvarez is at a 10.
Yeah. So it's Alvarez there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is, I don't know where Alvarez resides from. I don't know if he's native.
So he was San Antonio is where I worked with him.
San Antonio? He probably resides in San Antonio?
Probably, yeah.
It's like, hey, how you doing?
He's probably got to be retired by now.
Yeah. Hey, is that you? How long has it been?
Alvarez, what are you doing here?
just happened to be here. I was going to check in at the Hotel Broadalbin.
Can you get me in there?
Into where? Into where?
Through that fence right now.
In the fence? Oh, I don't
In
know.
the fence.
What do
come
you
on, you can do it.
You need to go in there?
My buds are in there. Yeah, my teammates are in there. They're getting nailed.
Well,
I got to get them out.
Well,
don't leave
It's
anyone.
been such a long time. We should go out and have a beer. What are you all caught up in?
So this is not his this is not him. I'm going to attempt to basically dance with him to get into the car. I don't want to hurt him, but I don't mind pushing him a little bit.
Okay.
Like, he doesn't have my back, obviously. He's trying to take me for a beer, and I'm trying to talk about something important. So
what's going on? Like, hey, just slow down. What's going on? You look all frantic. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. So if he's not responding to my verbal cues to like help me, I'm going to help myself.
Well, hey.
So I need to roll some physical stuff because he keeps talking and I'm stopping talking. I'm moving.
So you're gonna take your bond of 10 and just muscle him out of the way, not having seen him for like 20 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's action going on, right? We're like, I've got people I need to save.
Okay.
And he should respect that as a fellow military person. Like, this is not the time for social stuff.
What's going on?
I got to get in there now.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
You driving? Or am I driving?
Wow. Let's get in it. I'll help you.
All right.
Okay.
So I will go in. I'll get in the driver's side and scoot over to the passenger, and then let him in. Like, so he follows me in.
So he pulls up to the intercom.
No, yeah. So as soon as we start moving, I'm like, you got to hit it hard.
He's like, hold on a second. We'll just hit the thingy.
So I will put my foot. I'll try to get my foot over onto the gas pedal.
Okay. So as he leans out to hit the thingy, like,
no, before that, as he's slowing down.
Yeah, okay. All right. You put your foot on the gas. Let's give me a drive check, just straight drive. Okay. So you go to put your foot on the gas and you hit the brake, like just slam right on the brake. And
I do. Yeah, I do.
You know, you're not going really fast, right?
No,
it's just a very sudden jerk.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, what's going on? Just calm down. Just calm down. Jeez, man. It's like, let me just hit the gate. And as he hits the button, the buzzer goes off and the gate opens. He's like, see, look at that. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
The gate opens and he starts going up the driveway.
I want to get out of the car.
He's like, what is hey, come on, man. Like, he's like, Sam, what's going on? You like lose your mind or what?
Does he grab me or does he talk at me?
He's talking at you. He's like,
okay, I get out of the car. I roll out of the car.
So then he gets out of the car. He's like, all right, cool. Now I'm getting a little perturbed. I haven't seen you in all this time, and now you're just going off. And what's going on here?
That's cool.
Hey, I'm trying to talk to you, Sergeant.
Yeah, we'll talk. I'm sprinting towards Maya.
Okay. Maya, you see this car pull up. Guy gets out of the car. Mantillo.
How'd the gate open?
Just open up.
By itself. Electric gate, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It opened up. You're not sure.
But it's not, I can tell it's not a cop car.
It is not a cop car.
Because by now, per your other, when the guy called it in, we probably are hearing sirens.
But I am waiting for those cops to arrive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to have your characters talk until those cops arrive. I know how you play.
Edwin's like, not listening, acting, not listening. Still
car creeps up relatively, it's not fast, but comes up with a bit of a purpose, stops. Mantillo gets out of the driver's side. And then another guy gets out of the passenger side.
Passenger side.
Yeah. And this other guy gets out of the driver's side, talking to Mantillo, using her first name, wondering what's going on, getting a little perturbed because she's flying off the handle, addresses her by her first name. And so, okay, Jerry, what do? Cars creeping up the driveway. You are on the ground with an orderly on top of you.
I am not paying any attention to that.
I don't even know what's happening, actually.
The book in my hand. I have no other recourse to anything. I literally open the book to one of the pages with all of these scrolled symbols all over it. And I am just staring at it for answers on how are we going to get out of this thing. But I'm literally just looking at the yellow symbols. I'm not looking. I don't know why, but I have a strong feeling to do that.
Yeah, the orderly's like, come on, Jerry. The play is about to begin. Let's go inside. It's all about the yellow sign. You love the
I
yellow.
know it is.
You love the yellow sign.
I don't love it. I don't love it. What's going to happen to my friends?
Oh, we'll bring your friends in too.
I don't know if I have much of a choice. He's kind of got me, and my hands are still in cuffs in front of me. I'm not really fighting back, so whatever.
He's going to do that limp body.
Yeah, just like whatever. I don't know. Whatever.
Now, come on, Jerry. You're not 4 years old anymore.
You gotta like put me in bed. You can't get like a good grip.
Come on now. Come on. Let me help you. And
he's got to put his arms like under my shoulders around like this and like drag me. I'm totally doing it. I'm absolutely doing that. It's like limp and he's dragging my feet on the ground.
Probably terrified.
200 pounds of dead weight, give or take. He's so he's not like being rough with you. He's trying to get you. He's like trying to get you to stand up. Come on, stand up, Jerry. Stand up on your own. Come on, Jerry.
But I don't wanna.
Come on.
I want my friends.
Well, go get your friends. Let me go. I'll tell you what. I'll put you on the steps, and then I'll go get your friends.
Fine.
Do you like oblige?
I'm defeated. No, I'm defeated.
All right.
So
he starts walking.
I'll sit on the steps.
Okay. So he walks you over to the steps and plops you down.
Yeah.
He says, "Don't go anywhere, Jerry." He's gonna start crawling away. It's like, "Don't go anywhere, Jerry."
Sit there.
Jerry, promise me you're not going to go anywhere.
I don't make promises, but I'm going to sit here. You better get my friends.
All right. So he starts walking down the driveway towards Maya and the gang. I think he thinks every once in a while he peeks over his shoulder to make sure Jerry's not trying to run away or do something crazy. And as long as he sees Jerry just sitting there, he keeps going down the driveway.
With the cuffs on, I take out my book and I go to write something and I get an idea. And I wrote 3 flew into the cuckoo's nest. That's my.
If he notices you writing,
working title.
If he notices you writing, he gets a sense of like, okay, I think he's good. I'm going to go down here.
He's in his natural state.
That's right. Maya.
Terrifying. So you mentioned that Maya did see the car come through and she recognized Mantillo getting out.
Mantillo's like now probably
running
10
towards
10
you.
feet away, 15 feet away.
That close?
They pulled right up to the car. Unless
I feel like I rolled out of the passenger seat as we came through the fence and then started sprinting towards Maya.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the car may be up there. It may beat me there. I don't even know. But
all right. 30 feet away.
As soon as Maya sees that, the first thing she does, Sean, is she's pulling on her board to try to choke the guy out. But she also says, "Sam, none of this is real. We have to get the hell out of here. Sam, let's get us out of here." You can see now that Maya's on the ground wrestling with this dude, in the dark, because I think they're behind the headlights. Right, they're maybe in the red glow of the taillights.
Sure.
Nice.
What am I rolling?
To maintain.
I've already got them pinned.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think you'd get a +20.
Contested strength.
Is this your form of bureaucracy? Is this how Maya does that or no?
Yes. I think John Enough was 100% correct, but we can make this as simple as they both use their actions to try to like. But let me put it this way: technically, she's going to save her action for when he tries to escape, and she's going to try and prevent that by fighting back against his try to. He's trying to remove the pin, right? So I think it ends up as either unarmed combat or strength, whichever's higher.
We could do
strength.
opposed strength rolls. It seems like it's just who's holding.
Yep, let's do that.
Are you holding tighter than he is?
Yep, let's do that. Rolling strength. Maya rolled a 99.
Oh,
It was not ideal.
I failed.
No.
But I failed.
Let's fail.
He failed, but not as bad as you failed.
Yeah.
So I would say,
I can't imagine she's got a grip on that cord anymore.
you guys must be exhausted.
Or it's not
right?
around his
Like,
neck anymore.
This
right,
is just like rolling around and
the whatever was keeping the cable in your grip is you've been holding on so tight it's gotten sweaty, and it slips through, and now he's free of the. But the cable goes onto the ground.
Got it. So we're both on the ground, but it's not around his neck anymore.
And he's like, as he's trying to get his breath. Man,
so is the other officer just bleeding out on the ground right here?
I think he's dead, dude.
maybe.
Or he's
Then he
I'm
critically succeeded in hitting
Yeah.
him.
all right.
Like a double crit.
Who knows? He could be alive.
Right.
Jerry, you should find out.
No, I'm gonna sit on the step.
Jerry's worried about the other officer. Jerry's got
Is
a little bit of humanity in him left.
Is there a thing in Delta Green to do two things at some penalties? What I would like, so I see the melee moving out here, and I was just going to run past it because I see the orderly coming,
Mm-hmm.
and my plan had just been to draw on the orderly, but now I see this target that I want to kick on the way by.
Well, here's something that'll make things even more interesting. You hear police sirens, and they're probably going to be here in
Too soon.
a few rounds, maybe.
Yep. Yeah, but luckily
I'll
draw
my little clock.
I also see the Yukon is actually on this side. So we've got the sergeant's car, the Yukon, and the police car sort of in order away from the fence.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And yeah, cool. So I need to stop the orderly from interfering in this fight. And I feel like I've been told what's going on here. I'm going to shoot him.
You're going to shoot the orderly?
Yeah.
Okay. Guy's like, he's
jogging.
He's kind of jogging. Got a little pep in his step, but making sure he's like.
That's the problem. Coming in too fast. Got to stop the threat.
Okay. You let me know when you want to, like, if you want him to close, or if you're just going to shoot him where he stands.
I would probably let him. I mean, it seems like timing wise, I don't know, 15, 20 feet. Like, I don't want him next to me.
Right. But if you're further, if he's on the other side of Maya, Maya in between you.
Right.
Right. So you're probably looking at 60 feet.
Okay.
If you want to be 30
there's also a gun on the ground.
Well, I've got a gun in my hand.
I know, but
I don't know if Mantillo knows.
I don't know
if
I don't know about it, and I don't know if I would see it. Yeah,
it's dark back there.
I mean, if you want to, what's your alertness, Mantillo? 50?
50.
I mean, I could have you roll alertness if you want to notice it, but it depends on how focused you are on that orderly.
Yeah, no, I'm right now. My focus is split between the guy that Maya just escaped from Maya.
An old Air Force buddy trying to get your attention as well.
I know. And Maya's in combat, and somebody just escaped from her, and I've got this orderly. So I think this round, here's what I'm going to do. So I don't know how far one goes in a round, but timing wise, if I kick the orderly this round, if I kick Maya's dude this round, stomp on him, does that mean that next round the orderly is here? Or does he have 2 rounds to get here? You said he's 60 feet away.
I'm having him go on Jerry's turn usually. So the next...
Is it 1 round of movement or 2?
I'd probably give him 2 rounds, maybe.
Okay.
I think he
So
can
I'm
get there. But
going to stomp this dude then.
all right.
I'm running up and I see him as like he escapes. And I'm like, oh shit. And I just leech out with my boot and
Okay.
with my biker boot and attempt to stomp him.
Okay. Unarmed combat.
It's a success.
Okay. How much damage?
I have no idea.
1d4 minus 1.
Go to your gear tab.
Gear. Okay, there we go. Unarmed is 1d4 minus 1. Should have rolled 0.
1.
So
I
1.
think it's 1 minimum, right?
I would hope so.
Or is
I
it
don't
0?
know.
I could look it up.
Regardless, he would still be conscious. But
Minimum is 0.
okay, then
Yeah.
he takes 0. But you knock him back. Blah.
Okay, and I keep running. Yep.
Okay. And your sergeant's like, what in the hell's going on? Holy cow. I got a cop laying down here. What are you into? Sam. Perez, what are you into? What's going on?
You're not cops.
What?
We're going to talk.
It's like, he's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. We at Maya now? I think so. Maya.
I think, no, we should be at Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry?
Because
All right.
normally it's
Jerry's
been
just sitting there.
Maya, Mantillo, Jerry is what we've been doing.
Okay. Jerry, what are you doing?
Jerry walks into the front door of the Dorchester House. And there's usually a fire pole near the front door. And he pulls it.
Okay.
Now, his reasoning, not that, this is inside his own head, but his reasoning is not necessarily for help. It is just
Yes.
something to do, and it's I don't know. He feels this is a hopeless situation. He doesn't know if this is going to alert more people in the Dorchester house to what's going on, or bring more outsiders in. He doesn't know, but he feels like he has to do something.
There is a brief second. Maya and Mantillo punching a cop, getting the cop down, boot stomping the cop, choking him, pistol off not too far from Maya. Sergeant looking around. Everything starts to slow down. Slow motion. And you're all trying to do something, keep your eye on something. Mantillo walks by Maya, hits the cop with the boot, going towards the orderly with a pistol in her hand. And you both see Jerry just stand up with his journal in his hand. And for just a brief second, you're thinking, well, Jerry's just going to walk down the driveway and come towards you guys. He turns around, takes 2 steps up the steps, reaches out his hand to open up the doors to the Dorchester House. And the light to the Dorchester House seems to glow brighter at just that brief second. And Jerry walks in slowly, like 1 step, 2 steps, 3. And then all of a sudden, everything just rushes back. And all the sound comes back, and you're like, Maya and like looking around frantically. Jerry's gone. And man,
We watched him go inside, or is it more of a weird
you watched him go inside.
vanishing? Okay.
It wasn't like super the holy gates of heaven or anything, but it was just the light, and it caught your attention. You focus in on it for like it feels like 30 seconds. When you know he just got up, walked right in to the Dorchester House. And you don't see him. And the door closes behind him. Maya, you're up.
So I'm picturing when we broke apart, the guy got away from me. The two of us actually crawled in different directions to get a little bit of room. And that's when Mantillo came by, booted the guy. Maya rolls back to her feet. She's looking up. She sees Jerry. She's like, Jerry, no. And then he's gone. And then she's back in this moment. The cop's on the ground. She's going to do two things here, Sean. Really just try to get the cuffs off. I'll tell you, not off. I'll tell you what she's going to do with the cuffs, and get the gun. So she runs to where she kicked the gun before. She's going to hit the ground and try to do the whole, like, lift your wrists down past your butt and then get your legs out.
Yep.
So I think an athletics roll. And if you'll give me plus 20%, she will hurt herself to do it. So she will dislocate a shoulder. She'll break a wrist. She wants to get out of these cuffs. And then the intention is, if she's able to get her cuffs in front of her, she picks up the gun.
Okay.
That's the move.
That's a good move. I will let you do the athletics check, and I don't think it's going to require you to dislocate a shoulder as much as I'd love to see that.
I'm saying I'll do that if you'll give me a bonus, is what I was suggesting.
Oh, we'll give you a bonus.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to
If
bargain.
you give me a plus 20, I will roll like a D4 for damage or whatever you want.
That's fair. Yeah, sure, man.
She's willing to hurt herself.
She's doing it that fast.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yep. All right. So that's against a 70 then.
Sweat. Hair's just
nice.
Didn't even need it.
Jeez.
Didn't even need it.
Succeeded.
Yep. So she's on the ground rolling. She's got her ankles come through the cuffs, hands are in front of her. She grabs the gun.
All right. You have the pistola.
Yep.
And Tio.
All right.
So Jerry walk into the Dorchester House. Orderly's in front of you. Like you see him you're like looking at the orderly and you see right past him and you see Jerry.
Yep. That's a problem for another minute. I'm going to shoot the orderly.
All right. And he's like coming up and he's like, hey, calm down. Just relax.
Yeah.
Come on. Easy, Perez. Easy. Boom. I think that's at probably close range. Point blank, 3 meters, 9 feet. Just straight roll. Okay. 3 points.
Stop. Freeze.
You say that after you shot him?
Yeah.
All right, just check.
I want to make sure I hit it.
Okay.
I'm not police. I'm military.
No, I get it. I just want to know. Make sure I get it all down in the book properly.
You're not even here.
Got it.
On the ground.
But I am there. I have a feeling I'm still there.
Oh yeah,
I do.
Okay. All right. You drop him. He drops. Boom. It doesn't. As far as you can tell, he's not dead.
Right. He's still moving, calling in pain.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, you didn't have to
What'd you
do
do
that.
that for? That wasn't nice.
Yeah. He's like, oh, come on.
Is
Perez.
this where you walk over and stick your thumb in the bullet hole? Just like, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Would be Jerry's turn.
If he still existed in this world. You know, there's a lot of books in the Dorchester House. You're going to be pretty happy.
I don't know about happy, but
Maya, what do you do?
What about the cop? I don't think he's gone this
I
round.
guess he could try to do something. So he sees that you have the gun now.
Yes.
He's like,
Got kicked by Mantillo.
He's got his radio down by the concrete. The sirens are getting louder.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. Yeah, he sees Mantillo just walk right by him and blow the orderly away. He's like speechless, doesn't move. He's like, didn't have to be like this. Like, I got a wife and kids, man. Maya, what do you do? That's his action.
Okay, so he's essentially surrendered.
Yeah, he's not gonna. He's at gunpoint, man.
Maya glances at Mantillo, sees that she seems to have the orderly in hand, right?
For
She
sure.
approaches the cop, gets within about 10 feet or so, levels the gun at his chest, and she's like, throw the cuff keys on the ground right now. She wants his cuff keys.
He does. Here you go.
And my weapon. He probably has her weapon that he disarmed her. Probably has that somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know if he'd have it on him, but he tosses it.
If he put it in the car or something, that's fine too.
Probably got it on the hood.
Okay.
If I say it's on the hood, then everybody would wonder why he didn't go for it when it was on the hood. But
it maybe took the bullets out.
Probably cleared it
out
for sure.
Yeah.
Either way, depending on how much you want to let Maya do here, but basically, when he throws the keys down, she'll tell him to back up, and she's going to try to get the keys. But she'll try to get him to back up like another 10 feet before she bends down to pick them up.
Okay. Mantillo, what do you do? He looks like Maya's got the police officer kind of under lock and key.
Maya, we out of here?
We have to go. These none of this is what we think it is.
Sergeant, it's great to see you. I'll find you at your hotel. I'm going to sprint for my motorcycle.
Okay.
I'd turn and...
All right, man.
I know Maya's got the truck, and Sergeant's got his car. He wants to go somewhere. I don't know.
All right.
I'm not sure I believe in him. We've seen too many of our friends that didn't exist.
Including
there were all those
theater.
people in the theater and stuff.
Okay. Mantillo runs off. Police sirens getting closer. Maya, what do you do?
So as soon as Mantillo goes, she's just going to throw one quick glance at the building, and she's just like, "Fuck," because Jerry's gone. But she thinks we need to regroup. We need to we need to kind of settle this. So without even, she's not going to take the time to unlock the cuffs, Sean. She's got the key. She runs for the Yukon. I'm hoping the car key is still in her pocket. She intends to get in the Yukon. So she's got the gun and the cuffs on the wheel. She's going to fire that bad boy up and just tear the fuck out of there. Just throwing, the gravel and the sod, peel off onto the land, and then right out the gate if she can.
Yeah. Probably get in there, turn it on. You crank the wheel to get around the vehicle that's in front of you. Crank it back. Rubber, smell
you can
it.
picture where her hands are having to go with her cuffs on, right?
Oh, that's true. Well, I imagine you didn't take the cuffs off. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
No, she hasn't yet. She's not taking the time to do that. She'll do that later. She wants to get out of there before the cops arrive, basically.
Okay. Yukon comes down to the end of the drive, goes the opposite direction of the sirens, peels out of there. Motorcycle, a couple of seconds later, rumbles, takes off in the same direction, and then takes a left off the oncoming traffic of the oncoming police. The scene is the Dorchester House. The gate, probably plowed through the gate. Hey, Yukon girl.
If it closed again, she went right through.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, probably blew right through the gate. Gates plowed off its hinges. The camera pans the scene. There's a police officer in a puddle of blood behind one squad car. The other one is, you guys didn't even do anything with him, did you? Just left him.
Which guy?
The one that was dealing
the beat up guy.
Beat up with.
He's got choke marks around his neck.
Yeah.
After he put the key on the ground and she made him back up, she just bolted from him towards the Yukon.
Yeah.
And so you see him starting to stand up. look around, survey the situation, and he runs over to his partner, and Mantillo's buddy is standing there kind of in a daze. There's a orderly kind of laying down but sitting up with a wound in his chest. And then the police sirens get louder and louder, and it goes to blank silence as they pull up the drive. 3 squad cars. And then their police are coming out. They've got their guns drawn, only to realize there's no threat.
Comes back in for half a second, and it zooms into the asphalt where the Yukon was and where Jerry was on the ground. And the note that to Ed that he wrote that was in his book fell out, and it's on the ground. And they zoom into the bottom that says, "Your buddy Jerry." And that's it. Then it goes back to black.
And it fades to black.
This has been a Litterbox Studio production.